Thank you. I have to go after two extraordinarily amazing women. And so I humbly come to the microphone to say thank you as well. Thank you for gathering today in a way that reflects so much more than an invitation to attend. It reflects a passion. It reflects a deep caring. It reflects your heart. And so if nothing else is said today, thank you. Thank you for your hearts. Thank you for your concerns. But most importantly, thank you for the work that you do, because you truly do save lives. It's that simple. I have had the great privilege to stand in front of groups over the course of the last few years and talk about the overwhelming nature of the crisis that we are facing in our behavioral health culture, and how it overwhelms a system that is supported and staffed by some of the most amazing people I've ever met, and yet a system that was not designed to deal with what we are dealing with. And every time I have that privilege to come to the microphone and we talk about a system, I'm reminded that it is about individuals who each make the system work better or need support from it. It's about individuals who may be calling or crying for help and need that help right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, and certainly not next year. It's a student in a classroom. It's a sailor serving on a ship. It's a neighbor down the street. Any neighbor down any street in the Commonwealth of Virginia. It's your brother or your sister. It's your son. It's a grandparent. It's a loved one. Friends, maybe it's even you. When we launched Right Help Right Now December, a year and a half ago, it was the culmination of an extraordinary amount of work by over 1,000 people who came together to design, to identify needed change, to breathe vision into what our behavioral health system must be. Not what it could be, but what it must be. And that, to me, is not a program. It's certainly not a single bill. It's not a single initiative. It reflects a calling for comprehensive transformation. And that is what we're celebrating today. It is also a statement of not what could be in 6 years or 10 years, but it is a demand for urgency that we must deliver right help right now, and not leave it to others. This is the gift that we have been given to do exactly that right now. We know what great will look like. Great is a behavioral health system that involves everyone, not just the state, not just a fabulously run CSB, not just not-for-profits, not just churches and other religious groups, not just families, not just our healthcare system, but everybody. And when we get there, then we can say we are doing what we need to do. All of this must come together. And that is the work of Right Help right now. Because that system will be a system that is built on rock, not on sand. And that is a system that will withstand time. Let me tell you something that we know is at the heart of this. It's saving lives. Suzanne and I have many times found ourselves in prayer, and we pray that not a single mother will ever have to do what we've just seen ever again. Not a single set of parents will grieve over the death of a child to a fentanyl poisoning. Not a single wife will have to grieve over the suicide of her husband who's serving in the military. Not a single incredibly dedicated nurse will come home in tears over a patient that was lost. That is what we're working for. So over the course of the last few months, I watched an amazing set of legislators put down politics. And I continue to be inspired by how much we can get done together when we do not worry about who gets the credit. It is amazing. And Secretary Littell shared the names of those very special legislators who were present. But there are so many others that I feel we must acknowledge because of the work they do. Senator Bagby, who, yes, carried Ivo's bill. Delegate Mark Sickles, Delegate Terry Kilgore, Senator Jennifer Carroll Foy, Senator Cree Deeds. I'm going to say it again, Senator Cree Deeds. Senator Tara Durant, Senator Mamie Locke, the chairs of our finance committees over our entire administration, from Barry Knight to Janet and George to Senator Lucas today. Friends, it's everyone. And I have to say, that is why this is working. Chairman Luke Torian, can't forget him. Friends, this is a team effort, and I want to thank you all. It's happening at the local level as well. I know our mayor from Suffolk, Mark Durham's here. So Mark, thank you for being here. Where are you? Here you are. I just saw you. I'm sorry, Mike. I can't read my own handwriting. We've seen activity across the entire breadth of local and state and federal government. More importantly, from so many non-government entities. We've seen advancements in banning pill presses and criminalizing the use of xylazine. We've signed bills on kinship care, restoring families. We've streamlined the DD waiver backlog list in a way that, in all candor, I'm not sure I possibly imagined that we could accomplish. And thank you all for, once again, the great efforts here. Law enforcement has worked hard to interdict the drug trade with Operation Free Virginia. We seized 51 pounds of fentanyl in the month of May, enough fentanyl to kill every Virginian over and over again. Today we're taking yet another step. Taking another step with more very important legislation. Now, see, I signed the 10 bills already, I want you to know. That joined another 21 bills during this session, 31 bills to carry on the important activization of a 3-year transformation project. And we're in the second year. The first year was catapulted with 24 bills. And over this effort, $1.4 billion of incremental investment that has been authorized and signed in order to bring resources to bear. This, again, is a team effort. Let me tell you a little bit about some of these bills that we're signing today, because they fit square in to the Right Help Right Now 6 pillars that are advancing this most important effort. Senate Bill 403 is expanding our workforce by establishing behavioral health technicians as professions governed, supervised, and qualified by the Board of Counseling. We need more hands and feet. And this is all about more hands and feet. House Bill 823 and Senate Bill 497 are facilitating the use of alternative transportation. Yes, to relieve law enforcement from TDOs, and yes, to further decriminalize someone's moment where they are having a mental health crisis. We, of course, have signed House Bill 1038 and Senate Bill 568, which strengthen our infrastructure by providing on-site ready access to the pharmaceutical support that oftentimes is hard to get when, in fact, someone is in a behavioral health crisis. House Bill 601 and Senate Bill 543 pick up from last year's efforts to, I was going to say invite, but to ensure that health insurance is covering behavioral and mental health issues. And these 2 bills further streamline that coverage to make sure that emergency mental health services are covered as well. And then, of course, there's Ivo's bill. And I can't describe it any better. Caroline stands in front of you, and I know that a mother can do anything. My mother still will always be my hero. And the work that I've seen Caroline do in order to advocate, to stand up, to vocalize that most important voice will in fact save lives. The bill that represents Ivo every day will in fact save lives. Loved ones will be in the room. They will have access. They will be able to advocate. They will be able to hug, to whisper those most important words that are the most powerful in the English language, I love you, in the ear of their loved one. And that is the most important medicine on the planet. We have so much more work to do. And I am so confident that we will, in fact, do it. One area that I am concerned that we continue to come up short on is the negative effect of social media in the lives of our youngest Virginians. We know that there is significant damage and challenge that is done here. We must act decisively. And therefore, Mr. Secretary, I'm asking you to, again, lead what you do so well. So today I'm directing Secretary Littell to launch a task force that will study the issue of social media and its impact on our children closely, to assess best practices from other states around the Commonwealth and pilot programs that have been going on, to work with the private sector, to partner with our education teams, to partner with our General Assembly, to engage stakeholders in all aspects of this challenge and formulate a plan that represents a collective move forward. Mr. Secretary, there's no one I trust more. And so thank you. Virginia is home to 8.7 million amazing people. 8.7 million amazing people with dreams and with aspirations, and yes, with battles faced openly, sometimes faced quietly, and all too often beneath the surface. So I want to return to a very consistent message that you have heard today. We must build, brick by brick, layer by layer, with the hearts and the souls of every citizen who lives here. And when someone needs help, I want them to call 988 and find it. When someone needs help, I want them to feel unencumbered in their ability to find someone to speak with. When someone needs help, I want them to know that they can get the right help right now, no matter their age, their background, their race, their gender, their zip code. Nothing should stand in their way. It impacts everyone. We all are answering this call. All of us. And when we ask ourselves this question, why, every single person has a unique moment in your life that provides not only your inspiration and not only that ember that now blazes as a fire of passion and commitment. And it is that why that we want to begin to catalog. In my faith, I believe that everyone, every man, woman, and child is created in the image of an almighty God. And he calls us to love them. And therefore, it is our responsibility to do exactly that. And so when I sign the list as why, it's easy. Each one of you, I ask to do that as well. And so we will do a few things today. We will, yes, stand in front of a stack of bills that unlocks the next step of our behavioral health transformation. But I also ask you to sign our board as to why. And people will be inspired by each of your stories. I ask the Lord's blessing on each and every one of you. Thank you for the work that you do. And what an amazing future we can all see together when we lock arms and go there with purpose and go there in order to make a difference. God bless you all, and thank you.